Welcome! Stuffin' Things is back! And we're gonna do a spooky Halloween edition! Isn't that right, Mr. Shade?
Yes.
That's right. We're gonna talk about all the independent horror films and nah, I'm just joking. We're just gonna talk about The Walking Dead.
Yeah, didn't the season 8 premiere just happened?
It did. And a lot of things happened. We're gonna talk about all of them.
Yes.
That sounds pretty good. Alright, so I guess, What? What's happening?
God!
What's happening?
Cosby's house! Where are we?
We're in Stuffin' Things. Welcome to Stuffin' Things, the special Halloween edition. I almost said addiction, and a lot of people do have a Halloween addiction.
It's called Ohio.
Yes, because they're fat and love candy.
And opioids.
But on to Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Alright, so I don't have super a lot to say about this episode. I thought it was solid. I'm hesitantly optimistic for what this season is going to do. That's my opening thoughts.
Mine are same shit, different season, where none of the main characters have no chance of dying, or you really have to worry about dying, and it's probably going to be until 4 episodes in when anything really impactful happens. Yeah, I just remember the first 3 seasons, and it's always like someone dies off early and something like that, and you didn't see it coming, but it came in your face.
As long as it's 4 episodes in, I'm okay with that. As long as it's not 8, 9, or 16 episodes in, because the last few seasons, all you needed to watch was episode 1, 8, 9, and 16, and you didn't miss anything for the most part.
No.
Whereas, having read the comics, I've been waiting for this storyline to start since fucking season 5. They've been stalling, and they're finally actually doing it now. Like, the entirety of last season was, ooh, Negan's scary.
Yeah. And now, I still need to see what kind of threat he is. I mean, he's menacing, but there's also nothing I have sympathy for him yet. And I'm assuming it builds to that eventually, but on a TV show basis, there was so much more I had for the governor than I do on how Negan is presented to me. It's a weird thing.
Yeah,
it's a dynamic
because
with the governor.
they at least they introduced the governor and then showed you shit about him on a fairly quick basis.
You showed that he wasn't.
Whereas last season was basically 16 episodes of, hey, look at Negan, he's scary, and it's like, yeah, we get it, and it's like, you're bored. I don't think they've drowned the character beyond redemption at this point.
No, because luckily it's played by who's the actor?
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah, who was fucking phenomenal on the role. It's just one, I don't know if it's an issue of screen time or whatnot. Maybe he just has a busy schedule, but it feels like he's very limited in the show, too. And that includes the last season, where it's he's very selectively chosen for episodes.
I don't think that he's really doing anything else. It's just that the writers have been dragging their feet.
I mean,
I hope that they go back to, seasons 1 to 4, where, things actually happened.
Yes. That whole consequence in major way to what will go forward.
Because, yeah, season 5, the whole Noah storyline, which ended up being pointless because he died, that didn't happen in the comics. Terminus didn't happen in the comics. There was,
Terminus was pretty dumb.
There was, nothing...
Ah!
Jesus Christ.
Ah!
Then I put it in my own face.
Ah! Stop!
Spooky! But yeah, they're pretty much the entirety of season 5 to 7 didn't even happen in the comics, and their thing was that they didn't want to surpass the comics, but it's you're putting out at least 12 issues a year, and granted they're only like 30-page issues, but like the story's so condensed that that's easily like one episode per issue, and you're not going to pass the comics with the show, and so that's why it really got stale for me. So that's why I'm hesitantly optimistic that they will actually continue progressing the story quickly and not just have fucking 7 episodes or 6 episodes of filler before the mid-season finale of episode 8.
I could go blue in the face describing how long and how many problems I have with The Walking Dead, but let's summarize what this episode was specifically about.
This episode was the setup to war.
To war. Okay. What really did we get other than they went into Negan's place and they let in some zombies and
They wasted a fuck ton of ammo too.
yeah, that
That
you
pissed
kept
me
on
off.
pointing that out. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Like they
It's like,
got
it's
this
very
magical
scarce. Why do you
truck
keep shooting it in the fucking air for like no reason?
I mean, I understand like support fire or whatever have you, like so someone can get to the next.
Yeah, but
point,
they were legitimately just shooting their guns, like not even at anybody in any way whatsoever.
When they should've
and
just
like
let them
instead of
determine where
just
shots
one
were
shot,
coming
like to distract somebody, they're like shooting like 30 rounds at once up into the air, and it's like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah. Did the ending piss you off with the priest?
no.
I mean, that was the cheesiest, dumbest shit I've ever seen, because I'm holding an assault rifle and Negan's in the car with me, even if I didn't know it was Negan, and all I hear is, you got your shit and pants on. Ah!
Yeah, but it's also a priest who doesn't want to kill people. And
Even
he's,
though
like,
he was
trying
just
to get
killing
redemption.
people.
I know, but you know, like
This is the backwards logic of
I'm willing to like overlook people's stupid behavior.
It's only so long until like the show pretends that it's like this realistic depiction of like people in the zombie apocalypse, and then it does shit like that, and I'm like, it'd be more like 28 Days Later, where it'd be a little bit more cutthroat, and that's what the first 2 seasons largely were. I know going back to that, but it doesn't have that like kill your best friend mentality kind of thing. Not even like with the governor when he stabs his friend in the stomach and.
Yeah. So I mean, you either watched the episode or you didn't. I don't think we need to go like scene for scene and fucking talk about it. It's more
No.
for me like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah,
if
let's
they
rate this
actually progress this season and don't just do a whole bunch of filler content, I would give that episode like a 7 or an 8 out of 10.
Okay, yeah. No, I
But
get
if there's
the
a
logic.
bunch of filler that follows it, and it's just a fucking cock tease that I have to wait 2 months to see, you know, the mid-season finale when something actually happens, then I'd give it like a 4 out of 10, probably.
Yeah.
Just because it's ultimately pointless and just a fucking
Like
teasing
even the
episode.
season 7 middle return episode wasn't pointless because you still got to see. See, this is one thing and fun thing you're gonna learn about me is I don't remember characters. So James Hetfield and
Spooky Smoke.
Spooky Smoke. Yeah, that's the name of the
James Hetfield?
Yeah.
You mean Abraham?
Abraham and Chinese pizza delivery kid
That would be Glenn.
Glenn. Yeah, when those two died, that holded significant weight. Did I make this whole thing like racist now? Just because I can't remember characters' names?
Yeah, calling a white guy James Hetfield is pretty racist.
That's true. Sorry, James Hetfield. Your new album is.
So, on
I-
a scale of 1 to 10, do you agree with me with there's 2 different ratings, or do you just
yeah, no,
give
there is
it a
there is
certain...
2 different ratings because you're right. If it does lead to like actual war and certain characters, you like dying out unexpectedly, and whatever. Like I want the show to be like The Sopranos, where anyone can just go like that, and that kind of hinted like that's the direction it's going. So I'd give the episode a 7 out of 10, and if it fails to live up to what it's promising. Anywhere from a 3 to a 4 because it was just a giant waste of time, and all I got was like a really cool car setup.
I
that I've seen
almost
in
said
Mad
3 or
Max.
4, but I thought that 3 was like a little unfair, so I ultimately
think
went
of how
with
many
4.
impactful,
But
memorable scenes you saw in that episode. and all
yeah,
that.
like it was a solid episode.
There was some imagery maybe you might remember, but there wasn't really anything like acting wise or like any certain.
Yeah, there wasn't anything outstanding, but
No.
it I don't think it would warrant.
I'm sure they
3.
thought the whole like setting up the trip mine wire was going to be epic and cool, but just kind of farted out.
I think 4 is low enough to be like, yeah, that was good, but I'm fucking pissed off.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was good or not. I think it was just a very meh episode.
Just if someone
Even without the whole
with
handicap of the rest of
with
the
no,
season, it's still a 7 out of 10, which is still average.
if someone with no knowledge of The Walking Dead watched this episode, I think that they could be like, yeah, maybe I will start watching this show.
I don't think this is a good episode to make people say, oh, this is the show I need to watch. I guarantee if you put on Stranger Things Season 2's first episode and showed it to someone, they'd say, okay, I'd watch the first season.
Yeah.
I do not think that you show someone this episode and they go, yeah, that reminded me just of like George Romero's Dawn of the Dead when the bikers are getting their guts ripped out and there's no satire to this episode or anything. There's really no humanity other than we're surviving, we're persevering.
Yeah, it's just, it was, we talked through a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because the dialogue and the acting, there was like nothing special.
No.
But it was still like engaging the entire time. Like
Somewhat,
I was simply talking because we were just watching it in a group and it wasn't like super entertaining, but I wasn't talking because I was bored and I'd rather talk about something besides The Walking Dead. Like we were at least talking about The Walking Dead throughout the entire episode.
That's true. Making fun of it a lot, but we were...
Yes.
Which, by the way, Chris Hardwick, I like a lot of your stuff, but can you, like, get out of all those, like, Comcast commercials, please? You need to knock that shit off. It's sad. Have you seen that?
Chris Hardwick. Fuck you.
Get your soul back. Oh no, spooky stuff's happening!
It's UFOs! It's UFOs! They're coming to take our babies! They're coming to take our babies! Oh, we're dying! I'm dying right now!
It's Paradise Forgotten 2! Or Planet Pluto Forgotten 3!
Phoenix Rising? Phoenix Forgotten? I think it's
Phoenix Forgotten. Phoenix Forgotten. Call back!
Oh yeah, also, fuck you, Ridley Scott, again.
Yeah. Alien Covenant sucked.